Mayor Rahm Emanuel's now famous speech acknowledging a long-standing code of silence within the Chicago Police Department took center stage in a federal courtroom Tuesday in a wrongful death case alleging the code protected former homicide detective Joseph Frugoli, whose off-duty drunken driving crash killed 2 young men. "This problem is sometimes referred to as the thin blue line," Emanuel said in the December 2015 speech to the City Council that was played for jurors during opening statements in U.S. District Judge Virginia Kendall's packed courtroom. Other times it is referred to as the code of silence. It is the tendency to ignore. It is the tendency to deny. It is the tendency in some cases to cover up the bad actions of a colleague or colleagues. The speech, which began the mayor's political comeback from the fallout over the release of the Laquan McDonald shooting video, has become a key piece of evidence in the lawsuit filed by the families of Andrew Cazares and Fausto Manzara, who were killed when Frugoli crashed his Lexus SUV into their disabled vehicle on the Dan Ryan Expressway in April 2009. Lawyers for the victims alleged the police department's code of silence led Frugoli to believe that he could drink and drive with impunity because fellow officers had protected him in the past. In fact, Frugoli had managed to escape discipline despite being a longtime alcoholic who was suspected of drunken driving a year earlier when he T-boned a squad car while driving home from a casino. Attorney Timothy Kavanagh, who represents Cazares' family, told the jury in his opening remarks. Records showed that even though Frugoli appeared to have glassy eyes, he was placed immediately inside a sergeant's squad car and never interviewed at the scene or given a sobriety test, Kavanagh said. The sergeant wound up driving Frugoli home, and 2 tickets issued to him were later dismissed. If a citizen had run a stop sign, struck a squad car and had glassy eyes, the full weight of the law would have come down on them, Kavanagh told the jury. In his opening statement, attorney Harry Arger, who represents the city, said the department takes alcohol-related complaints against officers very seriously and that records will show that up to 90% of them are sustained and result in some kind of discipline, including suspensions and termination. Arger also discounted Emanuel's speech, saying that while it looks good to put the mayor up there on the courtroom monitor, he was not talking specifically about a code of silence involving alcohol-related incidents as is alleged in this case. Frugoli, who joined the department in 1990, had been drinking for nearly 5 hours at a Greektown bar when he got behind the wheel of his Lexus, entered the southbound Dan Ryan at a high rate of speed and slammed into the back of the victim's car near Roosevelt Road, where they had pulled over because of a flat tire, records show. Frugoli was pulled from the wreckage by a Good Samaritan and limped away on a ramp, bleeding from the head as the vehicle head struck burst into flames. He was found walking near Clinton Street and Roosevelt by Chicago police officers responding to the call of the crash.